Hello, everybody. I think we're ready to get started, so I'm going to get things started. Welcome, everybody, to the preliminary rounds of the 2025 Entomology Games. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for joining us here in Portland, Oregon, located on the traditional village sites of the bands of China, Clackamas, Cowlitz, Wasco, and many other indigenous peoples whose names are listed outside that I did not memorize. Thanks again all for joining us. Move to the next slide, please. So this here is our bracket. As you can see, we have our 10 teams that qualified from the 5 different branch games. We'll be playing 5 matches to narrow down from 10 teams to 5 teams, with the final round taking place Tuesday afternoon starting at 5 o'clock, ending just before the student awards. Let's give a hand to all 10 of those teams that are participating. Next slide, please. And let's give thanks to all of the people on the Entomology Games Committee that have volunteered many hours over the course of the past year to make this possible. We have at the top Ashley Kennedy and Patricia Prade, our chair and vice chair of the committee, and this guy right below them, the National Games Master, that is myself. I'm David, very nice to meet you all, those I don't know, those I do know, great to see you again. We also have our 4 representatives from the 4 different sections of ESA. We have, in addition to Ashley, Patricia, who is our Eastern Branch Games Master, we have our 4 other Branch Games Masters. Especially want to acknowledge Kelly Carruthers, who is our National Games Master-elect, that will be running the games next year. And Justin Talley, our Governing Board representative, Alex Harmon, our Student Affairs representative, who was also a member of last year's championship-winning Entomology Games team. So congratulations, Alex. And our 5 representatives from the other geographic branches. Next slide, please. Also want to thank our judges, many of whom are also on the committee. We have today Eric Rebeck, Kelly Carruthers, and Ashley Kennedy will be judging, but we also have other judges lined up for the finals. Let's give a hand to all of them. And our student volunteers, we normally say helping behind the scenes, but because of the needs of the game, they're actually in front of you right here, so you can see them. Please give them a round of applause. Next slide, please. If anybody would like more information about the Entomology Games, you can go to the ESA website. That QR code will take you directly to the page that has the rules, has questions from previous games you can use as practice. And if you're if you're not currently on the team and you're interested in starting a new team at your university and you want more information, you can contact the people that run your branch's games. You're welcome to contact the National Committee as well. We'll do our best to get you to the right people. But that is a great start, that QR code right there. It gave you some basic resources about how the games work. Next slide, please. We're not going to go over the full rules, but we will go over a brief overview for those of you that are in the audience that are unfamiliar with how it works. This is kind of a College Bowl style competition. When I read a toss-up question, of which there will be 16 toss-up questions per game, competitors will have 10 seconds to answer a toss-up question without consulting each other. One person will buzz in, they will have to answer on their own. If answered correctly, their team will earn 10 points at a chance at a bonus question. The bonus question is also worth 10 points. Bonus question they can confer on as a team. If a player does not answer a toss-up correctly, then the other team will get a chance to answer afterwards to steal the 10 points. Players are allowed to interrupt me as I'm talking. If they think they already know the answer and don't want to wait for me to shut up, they can buzz in and give the answer. However, there is a risk to this. If they get it right, they get 10 points, business as usual. If they get it wrong, they will lose 5 points for an incorrect interrupt. I will then reread the question in its entirety, and the other team will have a chance to steal. Next slide, please. Again, bonus questions. When a bonus question is awarded, that can only be answered by the team that has answered the toss-up question correctly. The other team cannot buzz in to steal it. There have been times in the past where somebody on the other team got very excited and accidentally buzzed in and gave the answer, which meant that they gave their opponents the answer for 10 points. So we hope that doesn't happen. Again, only the people that got the toss-up right can try to answer the bonus. For the bonus questions, the team is allowed 10 seconds to discuss their answer, and then one competitor, it's usually the captain, but it doesn't have to be, one competitor will buzz in to provide an answer. And this is important. While a question is live, please no help from the audience. Even after on a toss-up, the first team buzzes in and gets it wrong, the other team has a chance. Please do not yell out any answers or any information that could influence the outcome of the game. Once a question has gone completely dead, nobody's answered it correctly on stage, I will direct the audience, if they are so inclined, to shout out the correct answer. So if you would like to show off after that with what you know, you can do so at my direction. Next slide, please. All right, so that's all done with. We can get to the fun part, the actual game. So if we could have the first two teams competing today, Oklahoma State University and Kansas State University, please come up to the stage. All right, the first thing we'll do is give you all a chance to introduce yourself. So once you have your buzzers in hand, we're going to go down the line, starting with OK State. Please test your buzzer and then introduce yourself, name, what you're working on, whatever you'd like to say for 10 seconds.
I'm Samantha Hitson. I just graduated from OSU with a master's in entomology, and I'm starting a PhD in science education.
Hi, I'm Jillian Struble. I am currently finishing up my bachelor's at Oklahoma State University, and I plan on going on to grad school.
Hi, my name is Rodrigo Soares. I'm a PhD student. I work with dung beetles and ecotoxicology. Just want to let you guys know that dung beetles are super cool.
Hello, my name is Jared Softly. I'm graduating this December from Oklahoma State University. I will then be attending Texas Tech University, doing a master's in science under the advisorship of Dr. McMillan and also Dr. Corey Brailsford.
Go to hand to OK State.
Hi, I'm Heather Pointer. I'm a master's student I work with Dr. Brian Spiesman on plant pollinator interactions, and I will be graduating this semester, and I'm looking for employment.
My name is Nabi Balthazar. I am a senior undergrad majoring in entomology at Kansas State. I will be graduating this year, and I would like to give a big shout out to our alternate Salome and the Department of Entomology at K-State for the support, as well as our coach, Dr. Z.
Hi, my name is Festus Ajibefon, and I'm a PhD candidate working with Dr. Chris Silva on EV biogenesis and insects.
Hi, my name is Abhinash Badepalli. I'm a master's student working with Dr. Kunyanjo and Dr. Diana Sef. I'm working on storage product IPM.
Let's give a hand. K-State. One last thing I'll say as a reminder, when you buzz in, please wait until I recognize you by saying your surname before you start answering. All right, if we're all ready, we're going to get started with toss-up question number 1. A 2025 study by Sion et al. Tested whether the eggs of 2 pest species release chemical cues that are used by Trisulcus wasps to locate oviposition sites. Name either of the insect species that were targeted by the Trisulcus wasps in this study. Suarez.
Stink bugs.
Prompt, we need more.
Pentatomidae, brown marmorated stink bug.
That is correct. Brown marmorated stink bug is one of the species. Audience, anybody know what the second species is? I didn't hear anything. The southern green stink bug, Nazara viridula, was the second species. Both of those can be at least attempted to be targeted by Trisulcus wasps. So well done, OK State. Now a bonus question for you. The first film, co-directed by the Safdie brothers, shares its name with a common name applied to multiple families of arthropods. This includes the arachnid families Phalangiidae and Sclerosomatidae, the spider family Pholcidae, and the insect family Tipulidae. What is this shared common name? Hitson.
Daddy Longlegs?
Daddy Longlegs is correct. Very nice. Please give 10 more points to OK State. They should have 20 points now. Toss-up question number 2. In 2006, Andrew Fire and Craig Mello won a Nobel Prize for their research on what pesticide mode of action, which involves post-transcriptional gene silencing to suppress gene expression. Ajibafun.
RNA interference.
RNA interference is correct. Very nice. A bonus question for Kansas State. Every Wednesday, ESA posts something on its social media accounts with the hashtag arthropodPOTW. What does POTW stand for? Please put in an answer. Pointer.
Photo of the week?
Photo of the week is correct. 10 more points for Kansas State. Toss-up question number 3. What genus of pathogen kills more people worldwide than any other insect-borne disease? This is a genus of protozoan found in the saliva of female Anopheles mosquitoes. Softly.
Is that going to be malaria, or what is it, Plasmodium falciparum?
We will accept that answer, yes. We just needed the genus, Plasmodium, which you gave, so that is 10 points for OK State. Bonus question for OK State. What is the scientific name of the swallowtail butterfly that is the official state insect of Oregon? It's time somebody puts in an answer, please. Softly.
Danis flexibilis.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Audience, what is the scientific name of this state's state butterfly? Papilio oregonius is the correct answer. Well done, those of you that knew it.
So close.
All right, so no points awarded there. We move on to toss-up number 4. What genus is the vector of the pathogen Scyllavirus leprosus, which causes citrus leprosis in North American citrus trees? The unofficial common name false spider mite is used for some species in this genus, but the citrus leprosus vector is officially named citrus flat mite because of the dorsoventrally flattened body that is characteristic of this genus in the family Tenuipalpidae. All right, that's time, so that question will go dead. Does anybody in the audience know the genus? I think I heard one person say it over there. It is Brevipalpus, so well done. I think it was Matt. Nice job, Matt. All right, moving on to toss-up number 5. What is the preferred host plant of the spotted lanternfly? I cannot see who buzzed in. Balthazar.
The Tree of Heaven?
Tree of Heaven is correct. Very nice. Pointer and Balthazar, can you please move your name tags a little bit, just or move your buzzers so that I can see when they go off more easily? Thank you very much. All right, so that was 10 points to Kansas State, and now a bonus question for K-State. Jack Hodgins is a fictional forensic entomologist, nicknamed Bug Boy by FBI agent Seeley Booth, that worked at the Jeffersonian Institute on what TV show that aired from 2005 to 2017? Balthazar.
Bones.
Bones is correct. 10 more points to K-State. Toss-up number 6. Dung beetles are typically grouped into 3 guilds, which are formally called telecoprids, paracoprids, and endocoprids. What is the common name most frequently on the Interrupt Suarez?
So the common name gonna be rollers, tunnelers, and whalers.
That is correct. We were actually only going to ask for 1, but you got all 3. Very well done. After your prelude about dung beetles being cool, I had a feeling I knew who was going to answer that one. Nice job.
Thank you, Dr. Hobeck.
All right, bonus question for OK State. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana is a century-old bit of wordplay with unclear origins, but it is often attributed to what bespectacled comedian who played Rufus T. Firefly in the 1933 film Duck Soup? Softly.
I only know Groucho.
Repeat your answer, please.
Groucho? Like Groucho glasses?
We can prompt on that.
Is it Alex Groucho, I believe?
I'm sorry, that is not correct. So, per the rules of the game, we're asking for the name of a real person. The last name is required.
Okay.
His first name is Groucho. What is his last name, audience? Marx, yes, he was one of the Marx brothers. The old 1930s comedy routine. So, good knowledge, but I'm afraid not enough to get the points. Sorry about that. We move on to toss-up number 7. A 2025 publication in Nature reported an extraordinary reproductive phenomenon in ants, where a queen can produce male offspring belonging to 2 different species that diverged over 5 million years ago. What word, derived from the Greek for foreign birth, describes this reproductive strategy? Pointer.
Xenogenesis?
I don't believe that is the correct answer. Sorry, that is incorrect. OK State, you can have a chance to buzz. Softly.
Parthenogenesis?
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Audience, what is this word? Xenoparity, or xenoparous reproduction, is the correct answer. Well done to those of you over there that knew it. So we will move on now to toss-up number 8. What is the mode of action of halfenprox, transfluthrin, bioalethrin, and other pyrethroid insecticides? Bodapalli.
It disrupts sodium channels.
Repeat, please.
It disrupts sodium channels, sodium voltage gated channels.
That is correct. Very nice. Yes, we had written down exactly sodium channel modulators. What you said was sufficient. Well done. Bonus question now for Kansas State. What 2025 horror film has a scene in which Benedict Wong's character watches a documentary about the zombie ant cordyceps fungus, and a flashback scene where Julia Garner's character teaches her elementary school students about invertebrate parasites days before the students' mysterious disappearance? Pointer.
Weapons.
Weapons is correct. 10 more points to Kansas State. Toss-up number 9. The 2025 Tour de France was rerouted due to a local outbreak of a diptera-vectored cattle disease called nodular dermatitis. This disease is caused by a virus known as LSDV, with LS referring to a prominent symptom of the disease. What does LS stand for? Hitson.
Loose skin.
I'm sorry, loose skin is incorrect. Kansas State. Ajibafun.
Lassa.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Audience, anybody know what LS stands for? Yes, one person said it. Lumpy skin is the correct answer. You were close with loose skin, but because this is the formal name of a virus, it had to be specifically lumpy skin. Either way, not a fun symptom. All right, toss-up number 10. Sridhar Halali's 2025 survey of butterfly life histories in temperate regions found only 2 families of butterflies with at least some species that undergo diapause as adults. Name either of those butterfly families. Balthazar.
Nymphalidae?
Nymphalidae is a correct answer. Very nice. Anybody know the other family? It was not Hesperidae. It is Pieridae is the other family. It is certainly possible with all the undescribed larval diversity or immature diversity that there may be other families, but in this particular survey, they only found it in nymphalids and Pierids. So a bonus point for, or bonus question coming up for Kansas State. In 1983, astronauts studied the behavior of houseflies, honeybees, and velvet bean caterpillar moths in zero gravity on what NASA space shuttle? This space shuttle was involved in 28 missions before tragically disintegrating upon re-entry in 2003. Balthazar.
Challenger?
I'm sorry, it is not Challenger. That is certainly a good guess. The Challenger accident happened in the 1980s. Audience, what was the space shuttle that disintegrated in 2003? Columbia was the correct answer. So no points on that bonus. We move now to toss-up number 11. This will be an image question. Please go to image T1. Looks good from our end. Please advance to the next slide. Thank you. What Latin name is redacted from the wrapper of this protein bar, which was the subject of Bridget Moreno's 2025 article about using insect protein to supplement her diet and eliminate symptoms of her autoimmune disease? This Latin name is the genus of an economically important source of protein powder from the family Grillidae. All right, no answer. So we'll go to the audience. Anybody know what genus this is? I heard some people say it. Akita is the correct answer. It is referring to specifically Akita domesticus, the house cricket. That's a popular insect used for protein powder in a lot of these new protein bars and other products being developed and marketed. All right, so no points there. Please switch back to the other slide deck. Moving on to toss-up number 12. Sucking lice are obligate permanent ectoparasites of approximately 20% of all mammalian species. What clade of Triraptora do these lice belong to? Softly.
Is it Annapleura?
Annapleura is correct. Very nice. 10 points to OK State. This bonus question involves an image. Please go to B1, please. B1. That's all right. Like I said, better to be slow and accurate. So please take your time. All right, we can move forward. Yes, next slide, please. No, you don't need to apologize. Here's your bonus question. The summer 2025 issue of American Entomologist featured a review of What Book by entomologist Barrett Klein. This book is subtitled How Our Six-Legged Allies Shape Human Culture and contains many examples of entomology's influence on the history and development of human civilization. Hitson.
Insects in Society?
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Audience? I heard some people say it. The Insect Epiphany is the name of the book. So no points in that bonus. Please switch back to the score sheet. Toss-up number 13. A Portland theater located a few blocks from the convention center that has been staging plays since 1979 shares its name with what life stage, the final adult stage of insect development? That is time. Audience, what is the final adult stage of insect development? Imago is the correct answer. And yes, I have not been to the Imago Theater yet, I just got in last night, but I'm going to try to walk by it at least just to see if they have any other insect-related imagery. All right, our next question is toss-up number 14. A Mediterranean fruit fly and Oriental fruit fly are common names of 2 of the 5 introduced species that contributed to an unprecedented outbreak of tephridity in California in 2023, and that were all successfully eradicated from California in 2024. Give the common name for any one of the other 3 tephridid species that comprised this outbreak. Softly.
Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Kansas State. Bodapalli.
Drosophila orientalis.
I'm sorry, that is also not correct. Audience, common names for any of these other tephridids.
Melon fruit fly.
I heard multiple different answers. I think all the correct ones were said. I will repeat. It is the Mexican fruit fly, the Queensland fruit fly, and the Tau fruit fly. Those are the ESA-approved common names. There are other common names that we would have accepted for some of them, but those are the 3 main ones. So we'll move on to toss-up number 15. Anistis bacarum has recently become popular as a biocontrol agent for aphids, thrips, and other plant pests. This predatory mite does not have an official common name, but it has 2 unofficial common names used in most extension publications about it. Give either common name of this mite, which likely refer to the mite's mobility and its characteristic spinning motion. Softly.
Tumbling mite.
I'm sorry, tumbling mite is incorrect. Kansas State. Pointer.
The leaf spinner mite.
I like that guess, but I'm sorry, it's not the leaf spinner mite. Audience, anybody know? I heard one of the answers, whirligig mite, is correct. The other name for it is the crazy mite. Crazy spelled C-R-A-Z-E-E. Crazy indeed. All right, so it is a 20-point game, and we have only 1 toss-up to go. Toss-up number 16. What term, partially derived from the Greek word for first, describes parasitoids and other parasitic animals that are parasitic only in their immature stages and are free living as adults? Softly.
Secondarily parasitic.
I'm sorry, secondary parasites is not correct. Kansas State, you're welcome to answer. Ajibafun.
Adephroparasitism?
Can you repeat, please?
Adephroparasites?
I'm sorry, adelphoparasitism is also not correct. Audience? This is protelean. Protelean parasitism is the correct answer. Again, proto, Greek for first, that's the etymology there. So ended up being a very close game, well played by both teams, but Kansas State, with a score of 70-50, will be advancing to the next round. Congratulations, give a hand to Kansas State, but also to OK State for a great performance. All right, let's bring our next team to the stage. University of Hawaii versus University of Florida. All right, let's start with introductions from the team from University of Hawaii.
Aloha, I'm Arby Barone. I'm a doctoral student in the Department of Plant and Environmental Protection Sciences at UH Manoa.
Sorry. My name is Maisha. I'm a master's student at the University of Hawaii studying the ecology and management of the two lines of the book.
I'm Matthew Price. I completed my master's at University of Hawaii, and I'm at Penn State for my PhD.
Aloha, I'm Damien. I'm currently an undergrad at UH doing tropical ag, and then I'm going to get my master's, starting my master's next semester.
All right, let's give another aloha to University of Hawaii. And now UF.
Hello, I'm Joey Gonziork. I'm a PhD student in Oscar Leibert's lab. I'd also like to give a shout out to my fellow team members here, our coaches, Amanda Hodges in the audience, and Estelle Martin back in Gainesville, and our department chair, Andrew Short, for helping to support the team.
Hi, I'm Miranda Barnes. I work in the Forest Entomology Lab at the University of Florida studying ambrosia beetles.
Hello, my name is Hyojin Jung, and I'm a PhD student, and my research focuses on building up new biological control program against hibiscus mealybug.
Hi, I'm Noah Vargas Arias. I'm a master's student working under Dr. Nicole Quinn at the University of Florida working on the biocontrol of invasive snails.
All right, one round of applause for University of Florida. Team from Hawaii, a couple of your buzzers are blocking my POV of your name tags. Can you please move either of them a little bit? Thank you very much, that's perfect. All right, I think we're all ready. Let's go to toss-up question number 1. What term is used by IRAC to refer to the way spinosins interact with nicotinic acetylcholine receptors in order to cause hyperexcitation of the nervous system? This mode of action is similar but distinct from the mode of action of neonicotinoids, which are competitive modulators of nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. Barone.
Agitators?
Sorry, agitators is incorrect. UF. Vargas Arias.
Agonists?
I don't think we can accept that either, judges. I'm sorry, agonist is also not correct. Audience, so neonics are competitive modulators, and these are allosteric modulators is what we had on the answer sheet. Very well done those of you in the audience that knew it. That was a tough one. So no points on that. We'll move on to toss-up number 2. An Indian species in this family is a serious pest of cotton that was detected in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico in 2023 and has since spread to many states in the southern U.S. That pest species in this family is best identified by the presence of 2 black spots, has the scientific name Amrasca bigotula, and the unofficial common name cotton jacid. What family of Hemiptera does this, on the interrupt, Vargas Arias?
Cicadellidae.
Cicadellidae is correct. Very nice. 10 points to UF. Bonus question for UF. Moth to a Flame is a collaboration by EDM group Swedish House Mafia and what Canadian singer? The song was included on a re-release of this singer's 2022 album, Dawn FM. Please buzz in and answer. Somebody? Anybody? Okay, UF is electing to not answer the bonus question. So audience, anybody know who the singer is?
Eminem.
The Weeknd is correct. So we'll move on to toss-up number 3. Still air and moving air are two types of what tool that has been used for over a century by chemical ecologists to study the behavior of insects and other animals in response to certain chemical stimuli. This tool is the subject of a 2023 review paper that is humorously titled Sense and Sensibility, with sense spelled S-C-E-N-T. Barnes.
Olfactometer?
Olfactometer is correct. Very nice. It's not quite as fun when I have to spell out the joke, but you did figure it out, so well done. Bonus question for UF. In 2022, UNESCO added the beekeeping practices of what European country to its list of intangible cultural heritage? This country has more beekeepers per capita than any other member of the EU, and there is a museum of apiculture located 30 miles outside this country's capital city, Ljubljana. Please answer. Barnes.
Slovenia.
Slovenia is correct. They love two things, Luka Doncic and beekeeping. We're not going to ask about Luka, don't worry. Toss-up number 4. What family of viruses includes tick-borne encephalitis virus, as well as some mosquito-borne pathogens such as dengue virus and on the interrupt Barnes?
Flaviviridi?
Yes, flaviviridi is correct. Very nice. Or flaviviruses. Bonus question for UF. Linnaeus divided class Insecta into 7 orders, 6 of which are still used in modern insect classification. What is the name of the 7th order that is no longer used and would be considered polyphyletic? In the 10th edition of Systema Naturae, Linnaeus put fleas and springtails into this order because the adults lacked wings. Barnes.
Aptera?
Repeat.
Aptera?
Yes, that is correct. It is order Aptera. Very nice. All right, 10 more points to UF, and move on now to toss-up number 5. A recent study of what insect species, which was downlisted from endangered to threatened by U.S. Fish and Wildlife in 2020, suggests that it may be at greater risk to low-dose neonicotinoid exposure than previously thought. The study indicated that this species of Coleoptera has a high probability of being exposed to neonicotinoids in the soil and in contaminated carrion from the dead vertebrates on the interrupt Barnes.
Necrophorus americana?
Yes, that is correct. Common name American burying beetle, but scientific name is also acceptable. Very nice. All right, next bonus question is an image. Please go to image B2. Bonus, yes. So the bonus slide. Yes, we're ready.
Oh, come on.
Pictured here is the true form of the evil cockroach-like alien that was played by Vincent D'Onofrio in the movie Men in Black. What name does he use for most of the movie when he's disguised as a human? All right, please buzz in. Barnes?
Smith.
Smith is not correct. I don't believe the character was ever given a last name, so it could be Smith, but canonically we cannot accept that. Audience? Edgar is correct. Yes. He kills a human named Edgar and wears his skin throughout the whole movie. It's very disturbing. Also disturbing is that this movie that I loved as a child is almost 30 years old. That makes me feel a lot of things. All right, toss-up question number 6. Oh, I'm sorry, I was not watching the score. Is everybody? Okay, thank you very much. Toss-up number 6. The nonprofit organization OMRI is a review institute that issues a certain type of certification for pesticides and other input products that may be used in agricultural pest management. What does the OM in OMRI stand for? Gansiorek.
Organic materials.
Organic materials is correct. Very nice. Our next bonus question is going to be another image. Go to image B3. Thank you. Paul Newman's character in the Pixar movie Cars is based on a real 1950s car model that was named after an insect. And his character's name was inspired by the name of the car company that manufactured it. Give either the name of the character or the insect name of the real car model. Please buzz in. Barnes?
Hornet.
Hornet is correct. The character's name is Doc Hudson, named after the Hudson Hornet, a popular souped-up 1950s car. So 10 more points to UF. The next question is also an image. Sorry to make you work overtime on images. Go to image T2, please. T2. The sebaceous glands of what vertebrate are a food source for the beetle pictured here? The beetle is in the family Laodidae and has the scientific name Platycilus castoris. On the interrupt, Barnes.
Beaver.
Beaver is correct. Yes, that is thought to be either an ectoparasite or a commensalist associate of the American beaver, which is the state mammal of Oregon. That's why we asked about it. So 10 points to UF, and now a bonus question. After her brother Jem stops her from killing a roly-poly, this character says, "Reckon you're at the stage now where you don't kill flies and mosquitoes. Tell you one thing, though, I ain't gonna sit around and not scratch a red bug." Name this character from a classic work of 20th century American literature. Barnes.
Scout.
Scout is correct. Scout Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. 10 more points to UF. Toss-up number 8. What relatively understudied North American arbovirus was discovered in the 1950s, but has become a larger concern in the 2020s because of its newly discovered potential to cause fetal death and birth defects more severe than those caused by Zika? This mosquito-vectored virus is named after the location near the Utah-Idaho border where the first mosquitoes known to carry this virus were collected. I will allow it. It was right as he was saying time. Barnes.
Grand Canyon virus.
Grand Canyon virus is incorrect. Hawaii, chance to steal. Price.
Rocky Mountain fire or fever?
I'm sorry, Rocky Mountain is also incorrect. This is a tough one. Audience, anybody know it? It's not Ross River. This is something that's relatively, well, not new, but new to people hearing about it, called Cache Valley virus, C-A-C-H-E. If somebody said it in the audience, kudos. That was meant to be one of the hard ones. Moving on to toss-up number 9. La Jolla virus, or LJV, has been proposed as a potential biocontrol agent for what invasive insect pest that serves as the virus's primary host? Biocontrol agents in the wasp family Figitidae have recently been released to control this dipteran species, which was first discovered in North America in 2008, and has since become a devastating pest of soft-skinned fruit crops. Price.
Spotted-winged Drosophila.
Spotted-winged Drosophila is correct for 10 points. Very nice. All right, bonus question for Hawaii. The description and history of the cankerworm is a 1795 report considered to be the first publication by a U.S.-born entomologist, though this entomologist was actually born in Boston in 1763, before the U.S. declared independence. Who was this early American entomologist and Harvard professor? Lucas.
Is it Peck?
Peck is correct. Very nice. William Dandridge Peck. Toss-up number 10. What invasive insect species, which has spread across the U.S. and was first detected in Oregon in 2022, is indirectly contributing to the urban heat island effect in low-income neighborhoods by killing trees in the genus Fraxinus? Barnes.
Emerald ash borer.
Emerald ash borer is correct. 10 more points to UF. Bonus question now for UF. Patrick Manson is credited with discovering that insects are capable of being carriers and vectors with regards to human diseases. He made this discovery in 1879 when studying mosquitoes that hosted the causative agent of what disease? Barnes.
Lymphatic filariasis.
Yes, that is correct. Lymphatic filariasis, or elephantiasis. So 10 more points to UF. Well done. Toss-up number 11. What is the term for a series of fine hairs or bumps that hold in place a thin layer of gas to help aquatic insects breathe underwater? Barnes.
Plastron.
Plastron is correct. Very nice. All right, our next bonus question for UF is an image B4. Oh, well, it's okay, it's a bonus, so it's okay to have a little extra time to see it. But, thank you. The depiction of red ants seen here was created by what 20th century Dutch artist? The ants are probably having an easier time navigating this Mobius strip than they would climbing the upside-down and sideways staircases from other works by this artist. Barnes.
Escher.
M.C. Escher is correct. Toss-up number 12. The website Ant Cat contains one of the most comprehensive catalogs of the ants of the world. Within 1,000 species, what is the total number of described species of formicity according to this catalog? Wallace.
10,000?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is not. 10,000 is not an acceptable answer. Florida. Barnes.
400,000.
400,000 is also not correct. Again, it's based on what's described. There's certainly a lot of ant biomass. I don't think there are quite that many species that we know of, though. Audience, anybody want to guess? I heard a bunch of different numbers. I can't verify who said who. To the nearest thousand, it was 15,000. It was exactly 15,226. So any answer within 1,000 of that, we would have given credit. They should have 160. Okay. Please add 20 points to their score. Okay. Please do not add 20 points to their score. Okay. No worries. All right, we move on now to toss-up question 13. An insect in what order gives its name to a software platform developed by the company ORS in 2004 that can be used to study insect morphology with 3D image visualization techniques. Entomologists could theoretically use the software to visualize structures such as hammules and membranules, which are found in this order. Barnes.
Hymenoptera?
I'm sorry, Hymenoptera is incorrect, so that will go to Hawaii for a chance to steal. Wallace.
Odonata.
Odonata is correct. Very nice. That is the name of the software. A little tricky because the hammulus or hammuli are structures in Hymenoptera, but hammules are a different thing that are found in Odonata. Well done, Hawaii. Now a bonus. Who is this year's ESA Vice President-elect? He is currently the chair of... You don't have to interrupt, I can finish reading the question, but he is currently the chair of the University of Florida's Department of Entomology and Nematology, and he is scheduled to succeed Melissa Siebert as ESA president at the end of 2026. Barone.
Andrew Short.
Andrew Short is correct. 10 more points to Hawaii. Toss-up number 14. This species was introduced to the U.S. from Australia in 1891 and has larvae so fuzzy that they're sometimes mistaken for the pest they're used to control. What is the common or scientific name of this biocontrol agent? A coccinellid beetle that feeds on scale insects in family Pseudococcidae. Price.
Mealybug destroyer.
Mealybug destroyer is correct. Cryptolamus montrosieri. 10 more points to Hawaii and a bonus. This will be image B5. This entomologist published some of the first observations of trophallaxis in ants, decades before the term trophallaxis was coined by William Wheeler. From 1978 to 2000, his picture was on the 1,000 Swiss franc note, making him the only entomologist featured on a major currency at the time. Name this Swiss myrmecologist. Please answer. No answer? All right, Wallace?
Smith.
Never hurts to guess Smith. In the case of the Swiss guy, maybe Schmidt, but it's neither of those. Audience, anybody know this one? All right, hearing the unfortunate crickets. This was a tough one. His name is Auguste Forel, F-O-R-E-L, Forel. It plays easier in Europe, probably. Toss-up number 15. What crop was the subject of Lin et al.'s 2025 study showing that transgenic lines expressing the fusion protein C1v3 were highly resistant to the beet armyworm, bean pod borer, and tobacco cutworm? This legume crop in the genus Vigna is mainly grown in semi-arid regions of Africa and is used both for human consumption and as cattle feed. Wallace.
Alfalfa.
I'm sorry, alfalfa is not correct. Florida. Barnes.
Peanut.
Peanut is also incorrect. Audience. I heard some people say a cowpea or black-eyed pea. All right, one more toss-up, toss-up number 16. This is another image, image T3, please. Despite being referred to in some literature as the oldest known insect, newer analyses of the 400-million-year-old fossil Rhyniognatha hursti by Carolyn and Joachim Hogue suggests that it actually belongs to what other class of arthropods, which contains the subclasses Notostigmophora and Pleurostigmophora. All right, that is time. Audience, what class of arthropods is this? I don't think I heard the correct answer. It is Chilopoda. It's thought to be an ancestor of centipedes. All right, well, that ends our game. If we can go back to the score, please. A well-played game, but by being very fast on the buzzer, UF racked up enough points to win this game by a wide margin. So congratulations, University of Florida, but also great job for University of Hawaii. Well played by all. We can now move on to our third match. So if the teams from University of Illinois and Rutgers University can please come to the stage. While we're waiting for our contestants to come on stage, another round of applause for our student volunteers who just learned what they had to be doing less than 5 minutes before we started and are doing a great job learning on the fly. So thank you all for your efforts. Keep up the good work. All right, another reminder to please move your buzzers or name tags such that they're all in my line of sight. That all looks good to me, thank you. And now we can start with Illinois introductions, please. Yes, please buzz in.
Hi, my name is Ember Clodfelter. I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate at the University of Illinois. I study bird louse phylogenomics and their endosymbionts. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our coach, Matt Doremus, who has generously donated his time to us, and also our alternate, Joe Spina.
Hi, I'm Annalise Forgin. I am a PhD candidate at the U of I, and I study native bees and their myriad parasites.
Hi, my name is Sam Dubbs. I am also a fourth-year PhD candidate at the University of Illinois. I'm co-advised between May Barenbaum and Adam Dozal, and I work on propolis production for honeybees.
My name is Sarah Merkels. I work with Dr. Mark Davis studying pollinator eDNA, and I am a master's student.
Hello, I'm Yahel, and we are the Girdlers.
Hello, I'm Jay, and we are the Girdlers.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and we are the Girdlers.
Hi, I'm Joanna, and we're the Gurglers.
One round of applause for the Girdlers. All right, if everybody is ready, I think everybody is ready. We will start with toss-up number 1. Rotating pesticides with different modes of action is a key IPM strategy because that strategy delays or prevents the development of what? Dubs.
Development of resistance.
Resistance is correct. Development of pesticide resistance in pest populations. Resistance is all we needed. Well done. So 10 points to Illinois. And our next bonus question is an image B6, please. This city is home to artist Andy Scott's 60-foot-tall mural honoring E.O. Wilson. It's one of the cities where E.O. Wilson grew up. It's the first U.S. city where the invasive black imported fire ant was detected. And it's about a 3-hour drive from the Enterprise boll weevil monument. What is this coastal southeastern branch city? Dubs.
Mobile, Alabama?
Mobile, Alabama is correct. So 10 more points to Illinois, thank you. Toss-up number 2. When a taxonomist describes a new animal species, they must adhere to the guidelines of the ICZN, a publication maintained by an organization also called the ICZN. What is the full name of either the publication or the on the interrupt, Clodfelter?
International Congress on Zoological Nomenclature?
I'm sorry, that is an incorrect answer. So it will be minus 5 points to Illinois, and I will read the question in its entirety for Rutgers to have a chance to steal. So again, when a taxonomist describes a new animal species, they must adhere to the guidelines of the ICZN, a publication maintained by an organization also called the ICZN. What is the full name of either the publication or the organization, abbreviated as ICZN? All right, so no guess from Rutgers. Audience? Yeah, so you were 3 of 4 on the words. The C was either code for the guidelines themselves or commission for the organization. So sorry about that, you were very close, but not close enough. So we will move on to toss-up number 3. In August 2025, the CDC and the Maryland Department of Health confirmed a travel-associated case of myiasis involving what species, which had been on the interrupt dubs?
Cochleomya hominivorax, aka the New World screwworm.
Cochleomya hominivorax is correct. Very nice. 10 points to Illinois. And a bonus. The line, "You've got termites in your smile," is from a 1966 song written by Dr. Seuss that debuted in an animated TV special about how the title character stole Christmas. What is the full 6-word title of that song? Please buzz in an answer. Clodfelter.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch is correct. 10 more points to Illinois, well done. Moving to toss-up number 4. What biochemical mode of action associated with the extremely dangerous insecticide dinitroorthocresol, or DNOC, is dependent upon the lipophilicity and acidity of a molecule that allows the molecule to move across the mitochondrial membrane. This mode of action essentially reduces an insect's ability to produce energy by disrupting the proton gradient needed to convert ADP to ATP. All right, that's time. Audience? Fair enough. The question was asking for the mode of action that reduces an insect's ability to produce energy by disrupting the proton gradient that is involved in oxidative phosphorylation. So uncoupling or messing with oxidative phosphorylation was the mode of action we were looking for. We also mentioned mitochondrial earlier in the question, and other than powerhouse of the cell, one of the phrases associated with mitochondria is oxidative phosphorylation. Moving on to toss-up number 5. What segment located between the femur and the tibia is present in spider legs, but not in insect legs? Ben C.
The post-femur.
Sorry, post-femur is not correct. Illinois? All right, no answer from Illinois. Audience? The patella is correct. Yes, just like in humans, you have a patella between your femur and tibia, so do spiders. Sorry, toss-up number 6. Name the order or the family of fungi that contain many symbiotic species found in bark beetle mycangia, but are more notorious for containing Harringtonia lauricola, the fungal pathogen of laurel wilt that is vectored by ambrosia beetles. again, naming the order or the family of fungi. Dubs.
Ascomycota?
Sorry, Ascomycota is incorrect. Rutgers. Please reset the buzzer. Bensby.
Basidiomycota.
That is also incorrect. This is a tough one. Fungal taxonomy is usually difficult for entomologists, myself included. Anybody know this? One person knew it. Ophiostomatales is the order. Very nice. In the family with a similar name, Ophiostomataceae. Okay, toss-up number 7. What two-word ecological term, coined by Simberloff and von Holley in 1999, describes the process in which two or more introduced species facilitate each other's establishment in a new habitat, thus accelerating the damage to the surrounding ecosystem? Bensby.
Co-invasion?
Can we prompt on that, or no? I don't think we said 2 words.
If you had a little hyphen in there.
In this context, a hyphen does not count as making 2 words, I'm afraid. So co-invasion is incorrect. Illinois. Merkels.
Collaborative invasion.
It is a valiant effort, but collaborative invasion is not correct. Audience? I heard one person say it. I wish it was more than one. This is obviously harder than we intended. Invasional meltdown is the very cool but very difficult name for this process. All right, moving on to toss-up number 8. What 20th century peer-reviewed journal was named in honor of a prominent soil scientist at UC Berkeley and is best known to entomologists for publishing a landmark paper about the integrated control concept that was written by Stern, Smith, Hagen, and Vanden Bosch in 1959? Bensby.
Is it Oecologica?
Ecologica is incorrect.
Okay.
Goes to
They have an
Illinois.
O there. I don't know.
Merkels.
Hilgardia?
Hilgardia is correct. Well done. All right, our next bonus question is image B7. B7. This figure is from a 2025 American Entomologist article about a phenomenon that the authors call a new threat to taxonomy. The title of this article includes an 8-letter word that was coined on Reddit in 2017 to describe this phenomenon. Give the name of that 8-letter word, or give a sufficiently specific definition of that word as it's used in the article. Dubs.
The word is deepfake.
Deepfake is correct. Very nice. And if you didn't see it before, audience, you can now see that some of those beetles have an incorrect number of legs because they were fully AI generated. It's definitely not an old species. All right, so 10 more points to Illinois. Moving on to toss-up number 9. In fall 2024, what state reported its first detection of spotted lanternfly based on public observations in Fulton County? The silver lining is that spotted lanternfly is, on the interrupt, origin.
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. Very nice. I was going to mention that it was not a major threat to the peach trees in the state, which would have been certainly an extra hint. Bonus question for Illinois. The Beehive Cluster is a group of stars in what constellation, which is also the sign of the zodiac associated with a time frame that begins in June and ends in July? Clodfelter.
Gemini?
I'm sorry, it is not Gemini. Audience? Cancer is correct.
I thought Cancer was in July.
So no points on the bonus there. We move now to toss-up number 10. What 14-letter noun, often used in the context of biological control, is defined as an organism that develops inside the body of its host and ultimately kills its host? Warden.
Endoparasitoid.
Endoparasitoid is correct. Count the letters. That's all 14.
I was not going to count those letters.
Bonus question for Illinois. Which brood of 17-year cicadas, also known as the Great Eastern Brood, emerged this spring in 11 states? Merkels.
14.
Brood 14 is correct. Well done. Toss-up number 11. What is the mode of action of the insecticide that was the subject of a UN vote on May 15, 2025? The UN expressed concerns about chlorpyrifos potentially causing brain damage as a result of this mode of action, which is the mode of action associated with all organophosphates and carbamates. Dubs.
Acetylcholinesterase inhibitor?
Acetylcholinesterase inhibitor is correct. 10 more points to Illinois. And your bonus question. It is a misconception that the wasp family Evaniidae was named after American hymenopterist Howard Evans. This is just a coincidence. It is also a coincidence that Howard Evans' middle name is part of one of the common names of the family Evaniidae. What is Howard Evans' middle name? Warden.
Ensign.
Ensign is correct. Howard Ensign Evans. Evaniids are the ensign wasps. Again, apparently just a big coincidence. So 10 more points to Illinois. Toss-up number 12. What substance is produced by glandular units in the swollen prothoracic basotarsus of males in the tribe Hilorinae? This substance is then used in conjunction with diatomaceous algae to create nuptial gifts that the male empidid flies present to females. I saw, were you trying to buzz it in?
I was like not even getting on.
We're going to mark that dead. Audience, what substance do the empidid flies use in their nuptial gifts?
Tell me.
Silk is correct. Yep. I mean, I guess if you would try to say some specific, like sericin or if there was something that was part of silk, we would have taken it, but we just needed silk.
Okay. Next time.
Toss-up number 13. What genus of Lepidoptera, known to use chemical mimicry to infiltrate beehives and steal honey, contains exactly 3 species, all of which are named after deities from Greek myth: Lachesis, Atropos, and Styx. Those deities are all associated with death, which is one of the reasons why this genus of Stingidae is known as death's head hawk moths. All right, that is time. Audience, what is the genus of the death's head hawk moths? Acherontia is correct. Well done, audience. Yes, there are multiple rivers of Hades. Styx is the most famous one, but Acheron is another one, and that is the one that the genus is named after. All right, toss-up number 14. Also known as observatory learning, what type of learning is exhibited by honeybees to learn landmarks and then find their way back to the hive after foraging? This form of learning has no explicit reinforcer, and in the context of honeybee foraging, it is usually contrasted with associative learning. Ben C.
Group learning.
I do not think we can accept that. I'm sorry, group learning is incorrect. Illinois? All right, that is time. Audience? I don't know if I heard it. The answer we have here is latent learning. Again, also known as observatory learning, as stated earlier in the question. I don't know what form of learning is needed to learn the answer to that question. Clearly, honestly, it was something that was new to me when I was researching it. I had to learn a lot just to learn the differences between these three. Moving on, though, to toss-up number 15. What is the common name of the insect host of the bacterial endosymbiont Wigglesworthia glossinidia? The endosymbiont supplements the all-blood diet of this medically relevant dipteran insect. Clodfelter.
Tsetse fly?
Tsetse fly is correct. Very nice. Yes, it is called Wigglesworthia glossinidia because the insect host is Glossina, or tsetse flies in family Glossinidae. So a bonus question for Illinois. What country is home to the soldier fly species Opaluma RuPaul, which dipterist Brian Lesser named in honor of RuPaul? A spin-off of RuPaul's Drag Race featuring contestants from this country included an episode called Muriel's Bedding, and a Snatch Game episode where one contestant impersonated Dame Edna. Dubs.
Canada?
I'm sorry, it is not Canada. Audience? Australia is correct.
Not Australia.
I will explain. Yes, the show is called RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. I believe it features Kiwi contestants as well, not just Aussies. But for those of you that did not catch the references, Dame Edna is the stage persona of a famous Australian comedic actor, and Muriel's Bedding is a reference to the 90s rom-com Muriel's Wedding, one of the best-known films from Australia, starring a then-young Toni Collette. Our final toss-up, number 16. Oracema simplex has been proposed as a biocontrol agent of invasive species in what family? The pupae of this family can be parasitized by Oracema simplex and by all other wasps in Eucharididea. Bensby.
Fall armyworm.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Illinois? All right, audience, what family do eucharidid wasps usually parasitize? Formisty is correct. They parasitize ants. So Formisty was the correct answer. That is the end of our game. Congratulations to University of Illinois for advancing to the next round. Well done. Congratulations to Rutgers for playing as well.
Oh, my water bottle. Oh, thank you.
All right, our next contestants, please come to the stage. NC State and Gene Pool. Oh, absolutely. If you want to. All right, let's start with introductions from NC State.
I'm Davion Adams. I'm a recent PhD graduate from NC State, now with the U.S. Army as an entomologist. And I would like to thank our coach, Matt Bertone, as well as our alternate for all their help throughout the semester and participation, and thank you guys for being here today.
I'm Zachary Everson. I study sustainable management of greenhouse pests on ornamental plants.
and I'm also a PhD candidate.
My name is Ariel Tarrant. I'm a PhD student in Max Scott's lab studying gene drives for spotted wing Drosophila.
My name is Alexis Allsdorf, and I'm a second-year PhD student in Dr. Dominic Reisig's lab.
All right, Team Gene Pool.
Hello, my name is Gavin, and I'm from Utah State. I study aphids, and quick shout out to our team leader, Alex, who couldn't be here because he had to run a workshop. ESA scheduling, please do better. Just kidding, I'm sure it's hard.
Hi, my name is Lynn Swan. I am an undergraduate at UC Santa Cruz. Finishing up my final year and hopefully gonna be getting out there in the workforce soon.
Hi, my name is Gusta Beard. I'm an undergraduate at Washington State University. I'm currently working as an intern in the Louis Nottingham Entomology lab. I'm working with spotted wing Drosophila IPM at the moment.
Hi there, my name is Claire Winslow. I am a master's student at Washington State University with Gusta, and I focus mainly on integrated pest management in small fruit crops in the western Washington region.
All right, another round of applause for Gene Pool. All right, I think we're all ready. Toss-up number 1. In Collembola, the furcula is divided into 3 segments that interact with the tenaculum as part of the springtail jumping apparatus. Name any of these segments on the interrupt, Adams.
The dens?
The dens is one of those 3 segments. Very nice. Audience, do you know the other 2? Mucro is one of them. The third one is called the manubrium. I mean, they did make it up. Somebody has to make it up. The Collembola didn't make up those words. All right, bonus question for NC State. After writing about a woman who's, quote, ripping wings off of butterflies in the 2009 song Brick by Boring Brick, Haley Williams was inspired to rip the wings off a tiger swallowtail butterfly she had collected as a child and used the photograph of the damaged butterfly on her band's next album cover. What rock band is Haley Williams the lead singer of? Adams.
Paramore?
Paramore is correct. 10 more points to NC State. Toss-up number 2. Commonly used in push-pull strategies, what natural organic monoterpene was discovered early in the history of bark beetle pheromone research and is now sometimes referred to as a universal bark beetle repellent? Beetle Block and Splat are brand names that currently sell products containing this monoterpene compound. Adams.
Ethylene glycol?
Ethylene glycol is incorrect. Team Gene Pool. Winslow.
Propylene glycol?
Propylene glycol is also incorrect. Audience? I think I heard one person say it is verbenone. That is the so-called universal bark beetle repellent. Toss-up number 3. Bioengineer Atsushi Usami manipulated the metabolic pathways of the tobacco cutworm to create new molecular nanocarbons and other functional organic materials. According to his study, what type of detoxification enzyme, a common component of insect metabolism, is most likely responsible for the reaction that created these novel molecular structures? Everson.
P450 oxidase.
Need a prompt on that? Prompts, we need more.
Oxidases, reductases, generalized oxidases.
I'm waiting for a ruling from the judges. I'm sorry, I just say that that's is not a correct answer, so Team Gene Pool. Swan.
Oxidative phosphorylation.
I'm sorry, that is not a correct answer. It's always worth guessing, though, when, there's no penalty for guessing after I finish reading it. Audience? Yes, the full answer was cytochrome P450s. So we were trying to prompt you to say the cytochrome part. Without that, we could not accept it. Sorry about that. Good knowledge, but not enough. So we'll move on to toss-up number 4. Because white sugar is occasionally processed with bone char, a product made from cattle bones, white sugar can occasionally trigger an allergic reaction in people that have what condition associated with the on the interrupt Winslow?
Celiacs? Celiac?
I'm sorry, celiac is incorrect, so that will be marked as a -5 points for a wrong interrupt. I will reread the question in its entirety for NC State. Because white sugar is occasionally processed with bone char, a product made from cattle bones, it can trigger an allergic reaction in people that have what condition associated with the bite of the Lone Star tick? Adams.
Red meat allergy or alpha-gal syndrome?
Alpha-gal syndrome is correct. So 10 points to NC State. Your bonus question. What British author is best known for his 1897 Gothic horror novel, The Beetle, which at the time was so popular it sold more copies than Bram Stoker's Dracula? This author's last name is, coincidentally, a place where you might find beetles in the family Certidae. Please answer. Somebody buzz in, please. Everson.
Barnes?
I like that answer, but I'm sorry, Barnes is incorrect. Audience, what is the common name of Certid beetles? Marsh is the correct answer. The author's name was Richard Marsh. I think, say again, Matt? That means I'm pronouncing it wrong if you're saying I'm pronouncing it differently from you. That's okay. Skirtidae, is that the right? Skirtidae, sorry about that. So Marsh was the correct answer, so no points. Moving on to toss-up number 5. 2UU won the 2015 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for discovering what anti-malarial chemical compound, which is named after the genus of wormwood plant that she extracted it from. Tarrant.
Artemisian? Or Artemisia? Artemisia.
All right, the judges will accept that. The answer I have here is artemisinin. I did not hear exactly what you said, but the judges said what you said was correct. So well done. 10 points to NC State. Bonus question for NC State. While stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma in the 1870s, Lieutenant Henry Flipper designed a drainage system to remove mosquito habitats from the area and end a local malaria outbreak. That system, now called Flipper's Ditch, was built by Flipper and other African-American members of the 10th Cavalry Regiment. What name was given to this regiment and to other all-black regiments of the U.S. Army in the decades following the Civil War? Please answer. Adams.
The dragonflies.
I'm sorry, dragonflies is not correct. Audience? Buffalo soldiers is the correct answer. Yeah, the entomology connection was in the early part of the question, the early medical entomology advancements in building Flipper's Ditch. Buffalo soldiers is the term for the post-Civil War all-black Army regiments. Just a little bit of history for y'all. And now moving on to toss-up number 6. In 1983, Hewitt and Onsiger estimated that insects in what family consume approximately 21 to 23% of available range vegetation annually. The pest species in this family are collectively considered the most economically important pests of rangeland in the western U.S., and they can consume up to 50% of their body weight every day. Adams.
Acrididae?
Acrididae is correct. Very nice. 10 points for NC State. Plagues of acridids on the rangeland. Next question is a bonus question for NC State. Coriandrum is a genus of herbs that allegedly gets its name from the Greek word for bug, which is choris, spelled K-O-R-I-S or C-O-R-I-S. What is the Spanish language common name of the most widely used herb in genus Coriandrum, which is a popular ingredient in Mexican cuisine? Taryn, you don't want to confer, you're welcome to answer.
Cilantro.
Cilantro is correct for 10 points. All right, toss-up number 7. Worker honeybees sometimes gather at the entrance of the hive and perform a rhythmic rocking or scrubbing motion with their front legs, moving back and forth across the surface. This behavior gets its name from the fact that the bees may be doing it in order to clean around the hive entrance, though this hypothesis hasn't yet been proven. What is the name of this behavior? Adams.
Fanning?
I'm sorry, fanning is incorrect. Gene pool. Swan.
Grooming.
I'm sorry, grooming is also incorrect. Audience, what is the answer? Washboarding is the correct answer. That is the type of cleaning they are doing around the hive entrance. Toss-up number 8. According to USDA APHIS, there are 3 genera of parasitoid wasps that can be effectively used as biocontrol agents against infestations of emerald ash borer. Name any one of those parasitoid wasp genera. Adams.
Obius?
That is correct. That is one of them. Genus Obius or Wabius. Audience, can you name the other 2? That is correct. Spathius and Tetracius. Well done, audience. Bonus question for NC State. Diego Pohl and Maureen O'Leary are the current president and vice president of a society founded in 1980 for advancing the science of phylogenetic systematics. This society is named after what German entomologist who coined several phylogenetic terms and is often referred to in the literature as the father of cladistics? Adams.
Willie Hennig?
Willie Hennig is correct. Very nice. All right, toss-up number 9. This is going to be image T4, please. T4. The genus of wasp pictured here and the genus of wasp on this month's page of the ESA wall calendar belong to the ichneumoniid subfamily Ricini, known for its extremely long ovipositor. Other than the type genus Rissa, there are 3 genera of ricine wasps found in North America. Name any one of them. All right, that is time. Who in the audience looked at this month's ESA calendar page and looked at the caption that says what genus of Ricini these are? Megarissa is one of the correct answers. Very nice, audience. The others are Epirissa and Rissella. That's a tough one, but again, we like to reward people who use ESA products sometimes. So if you use the ESA calendar, it might get you points. Moving on to toss-up number 10. What is the German-derived name of a popular method of color grading used by beekeepers to quantitatively assess the color of honey? This scale, similar to the Lovibond scale and the Jack scale, is based on the wavelengths of light passing through the honey in millimeters, with 0 corresponding to water white color, and anything over 114 corresponding to dark amber color. Tarrant.
It'd be the beer scale or ale?
The beer scale is incorrect. Gene pool. Swan.
Schmidt scale.
The Schmidt scale is also incorrect, but a certainly plausible guess. Audience, what is the German name? I don't think I heard anybody say it. This is something called the Pfund scale, spelled P-F-U-N-D. Yeah, it would have been more fun if anybody knew it. Alas, it was not to be. Toss-up number 11. The invasive tree, Elaeagnus angustifolia, has been proposed as an attract and kill tree for controlling what invasive species of beetle? Because the tree is a preferred host of this beetle, and because the tree produces resin that submerges the egg notch grooves produced by this wood-boring beetle during oviposition. In practice, the tree did not effectively control populations of this cerambicid species because females would still lay eggs on nearby native host trees, such as poplars, maples. Let me interrupt Adams.
Anaplophora glabripennis, or the...
Anaplophora glabripennis is the correct scientific name, so that is all you need for the points. Well done. The official ESA common name is the Asian longhorn beetle. Scientific name is acceptable as well. Nice job. All right, our next bonus question is image B8, please. B8. Army ants are prominently featured in the logo of what 3-on-3 basketball team that competed in the Big Three League from 2019 to 2024? This team has the same name as the temporary mobile nest that Army ants construct out of their own bodies. Adams.
Bivouac?
Bivouac is correct. 10 more points to NC State. Toss-up number 12. What term, derived from the Latin word for ribbon, refers to the chitinous spiral thickenings that reinforce the walls of tracheae and tracheals in the insect respiratory system? Tarrant.
Annually.
I'm sorry, annually is incorrect. Gene pool for the seal. All right, no guess from gene pool. Audience, what is the structure called? That is right, those are the ctenidia. Those are the parts of the respiratory system we were asking about. Toss-up number 13. Literature reviews by Lawrence Lacey and Rita Chowdhury use what general term to describe the form of biological control that uses small entomopathogens, such as viruses, fungi, and bacteria, as biocontrol agents of insect pests? The agents used in this form of biocontrol are referred to in the literature as MCAs or MBCAs. Everson.
Microbiological control or microbial biological control agents?
Yes, we will accept that. So yes, microbes would have been sufficient, but microbial biological control, also the correct answer. Very nice. 10 points to NC State and a chance to add a bonus. Presumably inspired by his co-headliner SZA's love of insects, what rapper's 2025 Grand National Tour featured backup dancers dressed like praying mantises? This rapper's third album, To Pimp a Butterfly, was declared one of the 20 greatest albums of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. Adams.
Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar is correct. We are now at toss-up number 14. This is image T5, please. T5. Junk bug and trash bug are unofficial common names for the predatory insect seen here, covering its body with various organic materials from the environment. What family of Neuroptera does this insect belong to? Tarrant.
Chrysopody.
Chrysopody is correct. Very nice. Our next question is also going to be an image B9, please. This is a bonus for NC State. This entomologist has gained thousands of followers on social media by sharing her insect-themed knitwear, such as the Ants in a Row raglan sweater pictured here. She also co-organized the symposium Be My Mutualist, an interdisciplinary approach to exploring ant-hemiptera interactions at this year's meeting. Name this entomologist who is currently a PhD student at the University of Arizona. Adams.
We have elected to guess the last name Riley.
It's a good strategy, but it is not Riley. I'm sorry. Audience, anybody recognize her? Meredith Wilmot is correct. If Meredith Wilmot is not in the audience right now, please let her know that she was a question in the games. Thank you.
Say that we got it right.
All right, we'll move on to toss number 15. If you can please go back to the score sheet. This invasive ant was first discovered in the U.S. in 1932 and has since spread to over 20 states, mostly in the northeast and southeast. It nests in hardwood habitats, and its sting can cause life-threatening anaphylaxis, with at least 3 U.S. cases reported in 2024. What is the common name the USDA uses to refer to this ant, whose scientific name is Brachyponera chinensis? Adams.
This would be the needle ant or Asian needle ant?
That is correct, the Asian needle ant. Very nice. Bonus question now for NC State. New archaeological analyses of the dead soldiers from Napoleon's Grande Armée suggests that paratyphoid fever and louse-borne relapsing fever, not typhus or trench fever, were the main diseases that killed French troops in the aftermath of the Battle of Borodino. What country were Napoleon's forces attempting to retreat from when they succumbed to those diseases? Adams.
Russia?
Russia is correct. Then known as the Russian Empire. Russia is fine. Nice job. 10 more points for NC State. And now our final toss-up of the game. What insect order contains the families Nanochoristidae, Meropiidae? On the interrupt, Adams.
Mecoptera.
Mecoptera is correct. Very nice. I was going to read more families that are perhaps better known, such as Boreadeae, Ptacidae, and Panorpidae. Adams did not need them. Well done. And we'll give you one more bonus question. A USDA livestock insects research laboratory in Texas is named after Raymond Bushland and what other entomologist? This entomologist served in World War II and is credited with leading the USDA team that developed DDT as an effective control of body lice. But he is better known for his research with Bushland that led to both of them winning the 1992 World Food Prize. So name entomologist. Adams.
Nippling?
Edward Nippling is correct. That is the end of our game. Thank you for playing, everybody. Great game by all. NC State is just incredibly fast on the buzzer, and it's just when they hit a hot streak, it's hard to do anything against them. Well played, everybody. Congratulations to NC State on advancing to the finals. If we can now have our last team come to the stage, our teams Penn State and Texas A&M. Thanks for playing. All right, let's start with introductions from the Penn State Nittany Antlions.
Hello, my name is Marie Muniz, and I am a PhD student. I study bee foraging behavior.
Hi, I'm Neetu Hanal, and I am a PhD student, and I study integrated pest management of berry moth.
Hello, my name is Valeria Lee, and I study everyone's favorite insect, the bedbug. Shout out to the Penn State people who came here. Woo!
And my name is Nina Devine, and I'm studying the myriad mysteries of bugs, as we all are. I'd like to thank our coach, Cody Mathis, as well as our 2 former team members, Adam Schur and Tyler Suter.
Texas A&M, intros, please.
All right, howdy y'all, my name is Keegan Nichols. I'm a PhD candidate, and I study the Saudi Arabian honeybee. And we'd like to shout out our coach, Dr. Rangel, and Tara McNeil for the hard work and dedication this year.
I'm Earl.
I'm Sienna. I'm a carrion ecologist and a forensic entomologist in Dr. Jeff Tomerlin's lab.
I'm Pio Radicic, and I'm a PhD student for A&M based out of Corpus Christi, and I study the interactions between landscape and populations of aphids and their natural enemies.
All right, a round of applause for Texas A&M. Penn State, before we start, can you please move your buzzers a little bit so I can see your name tags, or move your name tags so that I can... thank you very much, that's perfect. All right, first toss-up question in our final match of the day. 2 answers required. The Antarctic midge is governed by 2 specific dormancy phases. The first phase is a temporary dormancy, where it pauses development and resumes activity immediately when temperatures rise. The second phase is a genetically programmed dormancy that ensures all midges emerge as adults at the same time. Name both of these types of dormancy. Divine.
Estivation and diapause.
I'm sorry, estivation and diapause is an incorrect answer. Texas A&M. McPeak.
Quiescence and diapause?
Quiescence and diapause is correct for the points. Very nice. All right, our first bonus question for Texas A&M, this will be image B10, please. This is the redacted logo of what local business co-founded by Jessica Sabo and Molly Redani? This business was first conceived as a series of pop-up outreach events at local galleries, libraries, and classrooms, but it now has its own physical location a few miles north of this convention center. Bradisich.
The Portland Insectarium?
The Portland Insectarium is correct. Very nice. So 10 more points to Texas A&M. Toss-up number 2. In systematics, what 12-letter word refers to a derived character state that is shared between the species on the interrupt divine?
Synapomorphy.
Synapomorphy is correct. 10 points to Penn State. And your bonus question? Radioactive wasp nests sound like something out of a low-budget sci-fi movie, but this summer, actual radioactive wasp nests were discovered at a nuclear site in this state. This state is also home to August Boatwright, the fictional beekeeper played by Queen Latifah in the 2008 movie The Secret Life of Bees. Name this SEB state. Please answer. Divine?
Alabama.
I'm sorry, it is not Alabama. Audience? South Carolina is the correct answer.
Cool. Whoa.
So no points there. Our next toss-up question also has an image. This is image T6, please. What is the official common name of the internal infesting pest pictured here, which originated in India but now has a cosmopolitan distribution? This beetle can feed on a variety of grains, including wheat, maize, and barley, but it is best known for eating a different grain that appears in its common name. Lee.
Rice weevil?
Rice weevil is correct. Very nice. 10 points to Penn State. Any chance at a bonus? Love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. These are lyrics from the lead single of Taylor Swift's latest album, which has a Shiny Bug vinyl edition that went on sale in October. Both the song and the album hit #1 on their respective Billboard charts. Name either of them. I'm sorry, you cannot buzz in. It is not your turn for a bonus. Please reset the buzzers, just thank you. Divine.
The Life of a Showgirl?
The Life of a Showgirl is correct. That is the title of the album. Audience, name of the song?
The Fate of Ophelia.
That is also correct. I cannot give you extra points for it, but well done knowing both halves. I was positive there would be Swifties in the audience. I felt like there was a good chance there would be Swifties on stage as well. Toss-up number 4. Hannah Kahl has published multiple studies on the recently discovered fruit-feeding behavior of an omnivorous species in what order, with implications that it could become a serious pest of citrus by causing scarring on young fruits. The potential pest in this order also feeds on aphids, much like its relatives in the genus Forficula. Divine.
Dermaptera.
Dermaptera is correct. The exact species being studied is the European earwig. So well done. Bonus question for Penn State. In October 2025, what country reported the presence of the mosquito Culicita annulata within its borders for the first time? Prior to that report, this country was thought to be the only one in the world without mosquitoes. Divine.
Iceland.
Iceland is correct. Very nice. Not so nice. They're finding mosquitoes there. I'm sure the Icelanders are not happy. And just although most of the questions were written by members of the committee, but this particular question was submitted to us by Sunny Ramaswamy. So just, I don't think he's here right now. He's got other things to worry about. He's given a plenary talk later, but thanks, Sunny, for your assistance. All right, moving to toss-up number 5. Lotilaner, marketed with the brand name Xdemvy, is an FDA-approved prescription eye drop treatment for DB. The B stands for blepharitis, and the D stands for the genus of the pest that is targeted by Lotilaner. What is that genus of mites? Bradisich.
Dermatobia?
I'm sorry, Dermatobia is incorrect. Penn State. Divine.
Dermatilia.
Dermatilia is also incorrect. Audience. I didn't hear, someone probably said it. It is Demodex. That is the particular, there are actually multiple D mite genera that are medically relevant, but Demodex is the particular one being targeted by this pesticide. Okay, so no points there. We'll move on to toss-up number 6. A 2021 study by lepidopterist Doris Gomez tested whether what morphological character has ecological relevance with regards to thermoregulation and protection against UV radiation. This character has likely evolved multiple times independently within Lepidoptera, and it is referenced in the common name of the nymphalid butterfly Greta Otto and referenced in common names of moths in the family Cicciidae. Divine.
Clearwings?
Clearwings is correct. Yes, Cicciids are clearwing moths. That nymphalid is called the glasswing butterfly. So yes, the character of clearwings and glasswings, see-through wings. Well done. Bonus question now for Penn State. John Lennon claimed that the band name The Beatles was an homage to what earlier rock and roll band with an insect-themed name? This 1950s band was founded by lead singer Buddy Holly and is best known for hits such as That'll Be the Day and Peggy Sue. Divine.
The Fleas?
I'm sorry, it is not the Fleas. Audience? The Crickets is the correct answer. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. No points on the bonus. Moving to toss-up number 7. Tiger beetles pursue their prey at high speeds, but they frequently pause during pursuit. The stop-and-go behavior isn't because the beetles get tired or lose energy. It's because once they reach a certain speed, they are no longer able to do what? Nichols.
C.
That is correct. They cannot see. 10 points for A&M. Well done. Bonus question for Texas A&M. Noctuels is a... Sorry. It's all right. Noctuelles is a piece of classical music known in English as night moths, since it was meant to be a fleet, flickering depiction of the night flight of moths. It was written in 1905 by what French composer who is better known for his 1928 orchestral work, Bolero? You can confer, but if no need, British.
Maurice Ravel.
Maurice Ravel is correct. Very nice. Toss-up number 8. The larvae of what species contain an extract that was recently found to have potent anti-inflammatory effects on immune cells that may be beneficial to human and animal health? Prior to that discovery, this species of Diptera was better known for its use in processing organic waste and its use in the animal feed on the interrupted vine.
Black soldier fly.
Black soldier fly is correct. 10 points to Penn State. And your bonus question. In 1920, British entomologist Evelyn Cheeseman became the first woman to work as a curator at what British institution located a few miles from the Natural History Museum? This institution has been around for almost 200 years, but it is not a college or university. Divine.
The British Museum.
I'm sorry, it is located close to the Natural History Museum, but it is not the British Museum. Audience, where did she work? The correct answer is the London Zoo.
Oh.
The zoo had curators for some of their, I guess, live collection of animals. And she was the first woman to work there. So no points on that bonus. Moving now to toss-up number 9. Paraffin, naphthene, olefin, and aromatic structures are 4 of the basic chemical structures that can be found in what category of pesticide? This type of pesticide has been in use for over 100 years and is characterized as being a viscous, nonpolar liquid. Divine.
Horticultural oils.
Yes, we will accept that. The truth is we would have accepted pretty much any type of oil used with insecticidal purposes. If you had just said oil, we also would have taken that. But horticultural oils is certainly a type of oil used as a pesticide. So well done, 10 points to Penn State. And the next bonus question is going to be image B11, please. Despite being told that there are no mosquitoes in Los Angeles, this character is constantly pestered by the buzzing of a mosquito while trying to write his next screenplay. Who is this title character of a 1991 film directed by the Coen brothers? Divine.
Smith?
I'm sorry, it is not Smith. Audience? Barton Fink is the correct answer.
I'm 26.
That is fair. This has now reached the age of being a classic. So no points on that bonus. Moving to toss-up number 10. CPGV is a pathogen used as a biocontrol agent of a significant pest of apple orchards. The CP refers to the scientific name of the tortricid moth pest being targeted, and the GV refers to the type of pathogen it is in the family Baculoviridae. What does CPGV stand for? Canal.
Cydia pulmonella granulosis virus.
Yes, that is correct. Very nice. Cydia pulmonella granulosis virus or granulovirus is correct. Well done. And a bonus question for Penn State. What scientist who passed away in October 2025 at age 91 is credited with discovering that chimpanzees can use simple hand tools to fish for termites and ants? Divine.
Jane Goodall.
Jane Goodall is correct. Very nice. All right, toss-up number 11. This is going to be image T7, please. unofficial common name for western corn rootworm has been redacted from this Scientific American article. This common name refers to the beetle's large economic impact on American agriculture, and in some publications, this common name has also been applied to the lepidopteran corn pest, Ostrinia nubilalis. Divine.
Corn borer?
I'm sorry, a corn borer is incorrect. A&M? Bradisich.
Corn rootworm?
I'm sorry, corn rootworm is also incorrect. Audience, what is redacted from that article? I heard somebody say the billion-dollar bug. So there are certainly, because it's not an official common name, multiple insects that have been called the billion-dollar bug, and it varies based on the country, because some countries don't use U.S. currency. But western corn rootworm is one of the bugs called the billion-dollar bug. So no points there. Moving on to toss-up number 12. The International Organization of Biological Control is divided into 6 regional sections. We are all currently located in which of these regional sections, which shares its name with a major biogeographic region that encompasses most of the continental U.S. and Canada? Agpawa.
Nearctic.
Nearctic is correct. Very nice. So 10 points to A&M, and the bonus will be image B12, please. The 2013 article pictured here summarized the results of a psychological survey conducted by entomologist Richard Vetter, who later won the 2020 Ig Nobel Prize for his efforts. What adjective is redacted from the title of this article? Please buzz in. Nichols.
Freaky.
I'm sorry. Freaky is incorrect. I like the guess, though. Audience? Arachnophobic is correct. It was a survey of which entomologists were totally fine studying 6-legged animals, but freaked out at 8-legged animals. So no points on the bonus. Moving on to toss-up number 13. Thrips are the only insect order known to exhibit a rare genomic phenomenon in which what part of the mitochondrial genome undergoes non-tandem duplication. This mitochondrial genome region is comprised of non-coding DNA and contains the signals responsible for regulating DNA and RNA synthesis. Divine.
Chromosomal inversion?
I'm sorry, chromosomal inertia is incorrect.
Inversion.
Chromosomal inversion is also incorrect.
Just
Texas A&M. Agpawa.
The 16th segment.
I'm sorry, that is also not correct. Audience, what is the name of this region?
Oh, the region?
All right, I don't think I heard anybody say it. If you did, sorry for not crediting you. This is called the control region. It regulates, it controls DNA and RNA synthesis, and that's why it's called the control region. All right, that was a difficult one. Some of them are intentionally difficult, and that was one of them. Toss-up number 14. The medical company Vanguard manufactures a dog vaccine for inoculation against what tick-borne disease caused on the interrupts lead?
Lyme disease.
Lyme disease is correct. Very nice. Yes, unfortunately, there are no human vaccines, but there is a dog vaccine. Good knowledge.
2028, there's one coming out for humans.
I can't wait for 2028. All right, your bonus question. What South American country is home to the Marion Gold Mine, which is not far from where Maria Sibylla Marion conducted her pioneering fieldwork and research on insect metamorphosis? Divine.
Suriname.
Suriname is correct. Very nice. Toss-up number 15. What morphological structure was once thought to be a shared-derived character for all acari, but is now believed to have evolved independently in different lineages? This structure was traditionally said to have been comprised of the hypostome, chelicerae, and palps, and is now considered an artificially applied term for the general mouthpart region of mites. Divine.
Proboscis.
I'm sorry, proboscis is incorrect. A&M. Agpawa.
The stylet?
I'm sorry, stylet is also incorrect. Audience, what is the general term for the mite mouth parts? I heard one person say it. The Gnathosoma is the formal scientific name. Snoot is a fine common name. But I do not believe it's been mentioned in the literature very often. You can change that. All right, our final toss-up question. This insect genus was described by Silvestri in 1913, and until recently, it was the only genus in its order known from the United States. However, a 2020 revision transferred the U.S. species from this genus into the genera Usazoros and Centrozoros. May Berenbaum said that almost every paper about this genus or its order uses the word enigmatic, so I'll use it too. What is the name of this enigmatic genus? Canal.
Fairy fly?
I'm sorry, fairy flies. Fairy fly is incorrect, so A&M. Agpawa.
Zoros?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You are on the right track. It is, well, it was the only genus of Zoraptora from the U.S. That is not the name of the genus. I'm sorry. Audience? Zorotypus is the name of that genus. So that is the end of our game. Very high-scoring game. Well played, both teams. But Penn State, with a final score of 120 points, will be advancing as our fifth and final team. So congratulations to Penn State. Congratulations to our other four finalists, all of our competitors that participated. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you once again to our judges, to our student volunteers, to all the committee members that contributed that are not here right now, and to all of you in the audience for supporting the Entomology Games. We hope to see you this coming Tuesday at 5 o'clock for the exciting finals. Oh, thank you very much.